Hello everybody and welcome back. It's that time of the year again to start setting goals, not New Year's resolutions. Because you can set goals at any time of the year, not just January 1st. And in fact, January 1st probably isn't your best time anyhow, because statistically speaking, most New Year's resolutions end in failure. In fact, 92% of them do. And 25% quit on their resolution within the first week. Not good stats. So I would recommend, because it is that time of year, January 1st is just around the corner, you spend, let's say the first week of January, maybe even a little longer, thinking about what you really want to accomplish in the time frame. You know, maybe you want to do something within 6 months, maybe a year, maybe even longer, maybe 5 years. Whatever it is you want to do or accomplish, because that's what goals really are, is you want to accomplish something, and hopefully that's a positive something. Whatever it is that you want this goal to be, you have to think about it. Make it something that's incredibly worthwhile to you and realistic. For instance, if you just started at a new company, you know, maybe a month or so ago, and you got in your head, you know what, I want a promotion by the end of this year. Well, that could be doable, but if you find out through other employees that the company doesn't do promotions within the first year of employment, then that's not a realistic goal. You know, you need to do something different. And, you know, say you want to lose weight. Well, saying you want to lose 25 pounds in the next month really isn't realistic either, because even if you could, it would be terribly unhealthy and there'd probably be some drastic ramifications from that. You need to do something more realistic, but also something that makes you stretch, not something so easy, you know, that you don't get that sense of achievement or accomplishment. So this is what I usually do, and I'm setting some goals for myself too this year. And goals are great, and you should have them, but don't try to do too many at one time, or start off too fast where your life is drastically different from what it was before, because that can get you frustrated and upset, and then more likely that you'll quit whatever it is you're doing. Have 3, probably no more than 3, and make one of them your top priority, the one that means the most to you. So anyway, the way to start doing that is with this: a notebook or some sort of paper and a pen. That's why I have this in my hand. Pen and paper, you need to write it down. Now, if that's too old school for you, then go ahead on the computer and do your spreadsheet or whatever it is you do, and then print it out. So it's still something, paper, you can touch it and feel it and add to it and write on it and whatever. But that's really actually important. It keeps it ingrained more when you do that. And so with goal setting, first you want to identify your goals. Let's say you want to lose weight. Well, saying I want to lose weight this year isn't very specific, and it's vague, and there's no plan of action behind it. So what does that mean? How much weight do you want to lose? By when? And how are you going to do it? And that's what you need to think about with your goals. Okay, let's say you want to lose 20 pounds. That's a good goal. And let's say you want to lose it by what? July 4th. Oh, you have a big event coming up, so you want to look good by July 4th, right? So, okay, that's good. You got a date down. Well, how are you going to do it? And you're saying, well, I'll exercise more and eat less. Too vague. Too vague again. Say, okay, well, what exercising are you going to do? Well, I'll walk for 45 minutes 2 days a week, and lift weights for 2 days a week. Well, that's great. Now you're setting out a plan of action on how you could accomplish that goal. And then what about your eating habits? Saying you're just not going to eat as much doesn't cut it. So I'm going to cut out all junk food. No chips, no candy, no ice cream. Well, that is great. That would definitely help you to lose weight. However, that's quite a change from your normal life, and you might fall off the boat there. So you might also want to say, I'm not going to eat chips, candy, or ice cream 6 days of the week, but on the 7th day, that's my treat day, or that's my cheat day. Now, it doesn't mean you eat all that all day long on that day. It just means you have something that you denied yourself all week for. And so that is how you'll accomplish your goal. And that's on losing weight, but you can do that with so many other things. And that's, oops, why this notebook comes in handy. It's almost like writing an essay or a story where you write your outline, and then you do your draft and you fix everything up a little bit, and then you got your finished product, right? So depending on what your goal is, you may have a graph you want to use, to see how you're accomplishing things. If your goal this year is to lower your debt, let's say by $5,000, that's a pretty big goal. It's a good one. So how are you going to do that? Well, you're going to have to spend less and or make more. So that's where a graph or a chart would come in handy. So you can mark on there every pay period or however you want to do it, how much you're paying towards your debt and how much lower the total is. And doing stuff like that makes you feel empowered, and it shows you that you're getting closer to your goal. One other thing that I used to do, and I haven't done it in a long time, but I'm going to start it myself again, is putting up pictures of what you hope to accomplish. So let's say we'll go back to the I'm going to lose 20 pounds thing. Find a picture of yourself 20 pounds lighter, and then slap it on your fridge, and put it on your bathroom mirror, and put it on your closet door, so that that's always in your mind, that your goal is always there. Let's say you want to do something really great, like I want to take a trip to Europe. So you start figuring out how you can accomplish that within the next year or two. Well, where in Europe do you want to go? Italy? France? Ireland? Well, get pictures of those and stick them places. Put one in your car. Wherever it is you spend time, wherever you're going to see it, put that goal up there. Keep it in your mind at all times. And the same thing with, saving money or paying down debt or things that you can mark off, whatever it may be. I mean, we're all different. We all have different types of goals. It doesn't have to be about your job. It doesn't have to be about losing weight. It could be anything. Maybe you want to do more volunteer work this year, but you're not sure you have the time. Well, start looking up volunteer organizations. Most of them go by a monthly time donation. And if you can only spare 2 hours this month, I'm sure there's someone who'd be more than happy to have you. And you just got to open up your mind a little bit, hit that internet and start searching. I'm actually going to put a couple of links down below in the description box for you for goal setting, because I'm sure it may be even more helpful in addition to what I'm saying to you right now. So one of my goals this year is to expand my herbalism knowledge. Now, I've been studying herbs for a long time, probably at least 9-10 years. But other than a few, beginner courses on the internet, some webinars, stuff like that, I do own quite a few books, and I've dabbled. I do know how to make a few things. I do know a good amount of plants and whatnot. But I want to get deeper into it. And I don't necessarily want to be a certified herbalist, but I'd like to get closer to that. And for me, that would mean really studying on my books more and looking at the websites of well-known herbalists and going outside. You can get one of them plant apps on your phone, and when the weather's better than what it is now because it's winter, you just go outside and start snapping pictures. And if you don't know what that is, the plant identifier most of the time will recognize it for you, and then you can find out what it is, look up that plant, see what its uses are. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I've already done this kind of stuff, but it was just always, when I feel like it, when I have the time. But I'm going to really jump into it this year and make my own set of, my own action plan on how to do that. And I have a couple other goals as well. I think it's really good for all of us, no matter what age, no matter what our abilities are, to keep moving forward, to have something to look forward to feel accomplished, to feel like you've achieved something. Maybe you're disabled and you don't even get out of the house very often, but you can still do something. I heard on the radio the other day, because I listen to a lot of Christian talk radio, and they were talking about sending out Bible tracts and an invitation to listen. It's a card that has all their radio stations on it, so people can, depending on where they are, what city or whatever, can always tune in. And they said, well, you may be one of those people who doesn't really get out of the house or can't get out of the house, and what good is that, for me? Well, you could mail them in a letter to your friend or a card, or you could actually join their online prayer line, where every day people submit prayers, and you're one of the people who prays for them. They also have that for persecuted Christians and just all kinds of stuff. There are things people can do regardless of their abilities. You just have to find them. You have to look. You have to talk to people. But they're there. All of us matter. Every single one of us matters wherever we are in life. And other people matter too, and we all need help. None of us is an island unto ourselves. We're a community. We're local, we're national, we're worldwide. And as a community, when we're moving forward, we're a better community. Anyhow, I hope I helped you think about goal setting this year. I mean, I have goals every year, don't always pan out, but that's my fault. My fault because I didn't do the plan of action. And if somewhere in your journey you just feel like it's too much work and you don't care to do it anymore and this and that, then that probably wasn't the goal for you. It's not something you were really passionate about to begin with. But let me know if you have goals you want to achieve this year or within the next few years. Put them down in comments. And do you have a plan of action, or are you going to work on it? Do you have a great website to share with the rest of us? That would be awesome too. Put that down in comments. That'd be wonderful. We could all learn from each other, So anyhow, thanks for watching, you guys. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. It was nice talking to you. And you take care.